Hello to all of my amazing Virgos. Now, Virgos, this is actually funny. I thought I had hit the record button. I was so excited I forgot to hit the record button, but these are the cards that were laid out, and I was so excited because these two cards actually flipped out of the deck, right? So the first cards that flipped out of the deck while I was shuffling the cards, Virgo, was this card right here, which is the Nine of Pentacles. So I'm seeing financial independence in this rebirth for you all, and I'm also seeing more sleep where you all are really focused, just focused on getting your rest, right? And I'm just going and going and going. You know how I just get into it, Virgos? And next thing you know, the camera was like, bloop. Wait a second, right? So anyway, I'm just doing a recap for what I said when I thought the camera was rolling, right? So anyway, what I'm seeing is you all have really made a conscious decision to decide to let all other things, those tricky relationships, all tricky relationships, whether it's a tricky relationship with your family, tricky relationship with your jobs, all tricky relationship, professional, platonic, romantic, anything that's tricky, that's getting in the way of your financial independence, getting in the way of your rest, and getting in the way of expansion, you are letting it fall by the wayside. See? And because you're at a higher frequency now. And so this judgment card is letting me know that a lot of you all are just decluttering old emotions, old, energies. You're just decluttering now. And so, and right now you're focusing on long-term goals, ambitions, and dreams. And I was like, rah, 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 cheering you guys on because finally, this is where you are. This is what's going to really make a change in the people around you, because they're saying, oh, okay, Virgo's not trying to adapt to these tricky relationships, tricky job where you're not appreciated, tricky friendships or tricky relationships in your family, you're not trying to adapt to that anymore. You're at a much higher frequency now. So yeah, your focus is on just decluttering, just letting all that other stuff fall down by the wayside. So I don't even see your reading being that long, because I'm telling you, and like I jokingly said at first when I thought the camera was rolling, yes, when I jokingly said before I even had these cards pulled out, Virgo, I said, look, we can stop your reading right here because you're focusing on getting more rest and financial independence. Reading over. I mean, really. You all are intelligent, you're analytical, you're a very honest sign, you're reliable, you all are perfectionists, you're a very loyal, kind, hardworking, very practical sign. And so you are starting to realize, hey, why did I put so much emotion into certain things that really just didn't serve my highest purpose? Let me go ahead and ascend higher and see this thing from a sort of like an aerial perspective, but it's not really aerial, but y'all know what I'm saying, like third dimension talk. It's from an aerial perspective, so I can really see all of the moving parts to what's been going on, right? Because what I thought it wasn't really what I thought it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, if you're in a tricky job, that's a tricky relationship, an example of a tricky relationship, and you ascended higher, like through meditation, and you just kind of stepped back and you just looked at the whole situation, and you start to realize, hey, you know what? This person got some other issues that don't have anything to do with me, but why am I allowing my emotions to get caught up in their personal issues? Because again, things are being exposed during the full moon. If it's a family issue, you're like, okay, this is a pattern of behavior here. Why am I getting so stressed out about them acting up? This is how they've always acted. Let me step out of this and ascend higher. So you're seeing things at a higher frequency now. And so when I look at this and I see time and money being in your favor, right now you're thinking expansion, long-term goals, your money, the whole 9 yards. So that's what I'm saying. You all are getting more sleep. You're not even stressed out over it anymore. And guess what? As the moon continues to wane, as we get closer and closer to new moon energy, it's going to completely fade away. The thing that you were worried about at your height, like the last couple of videos, I kept seeing in your videos, I'm like, man, somebody is really going through it. They're really, really struggling. They're going through it. I'm seeing it also, because remember, I'm not only seeing it through your eyes, Virgo, I'm also seeing what they're going through as well. And so they're coming to a realization that you're not coming to save them this time. They're just going to have to drown. They're going to have to drown in their own emotions. Whatever that emotion was, whatever they did to you, they're going to have to drown in it this time. because you're letting things just fall. You're letting things fall. You're like, I'm getting my sleep. I moved. Look, I moved on from that. I got as much information as I need. I'm enlightened. You may have thought you burned me, but I'm enlightened. This lets me know that you all have wisdom. You have acquired a lot of wisdom and knowledge about the situation, and you have moved on. You have moved on. You were in bondage to that thing for so long, but not anymore. You freed yourself. Yep, somebody is getting some sweet sleep. They're like, I'm not worried about this anymore. I done released that thing. Some of you all released it in the last cycle, but somebody had been still holding on to it, and that full moon just brought everything that you were trying to suppress, causing people to get sad, but not anymore. Somebody has just moved on. You got up from this place of feeling sad and feeling hopeless, and you got up and you replenished your own emotions, your own water. Somebody had poured out so much emotion that they were actually literally getting dehydrated. Whether you were sweating a lot, or whether you were crying a lot, or whether you were, just talking about it a lot, you just felt dehydrated. But you replenished your own water, your own emotion. You freed yourselves. Yeah, welcome to the other side. Yes. And now, you came out very different. You are really knowing what it means to activate your divine masculine side. Because you went through such an intense rebirth, Virgo, this time you're not putting as much emotion into things. You're literally vetting every person, place, or thing that comes across your path. Meaning that if it's a thing and it triggers certain emotions, you're like, I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with it. Or I may have to just put it in a different category, because right now it's all about me, and that is what I'm talking about, Virgos. It's all about you. Make it all about you from here on out. You first, right? Because if you're not filled up, how can you help somebody else, Virgo? How can you help somebody else through their things? You're at the end of this long and challenging journey you've been on, and you certainly don't look like what you've been through. You don't. You've been on this long journey. Yes. Part of the journey was of self-discovery. It had to be that intense for you to just recognize that, hey, you are not anybody's savior and you're not somebody's God. So, and whoever, person, place, or thing, you're not their God. So now somebody is starting to get it. That, yeah, I can't save that person no matter what I try to do, no matter how much I nurtured them, no matter how nice I was, because you all are nurturers by default. You all are the I analyze sign. And you all had to analyze your own relationship with certain people. And I'm saying these people, the depth of the emotions let me know that this is somebody that you really, or people that you really, really love, probably family members or whatever. But again, you're saying, no, I analyze this thing top, bottom, inside, out, every way you can analyze it. And I see that there's a pattern behavior, and I'm tired of tricky relationships. I don't want to have to, wonder if you're smiling in my face and talking about me behind my back. So I'm getting my rest. Yep. And this is how you come out. This is how you come out to people. See, when you were in a tricky relationship, a lot of times people don't realize how they appear to other people, Virgos. But to other people, you may have appeared critical, you may have appeared judgmental, fussy and overthinking things, slow to make a decision about things, literally questioning everything. But ever since you decided, hey, I'm going to choose me first and let that thing fall by the wayside and give me some more rest and start vetting energies coming my way, because I'm focusing on my financial independence. Look, got it, learned the lesson, and I've moved on. Yeah, somebody may have moved on from, because this wand's energy is attached to fire. Somebody may have moved on from Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But I'm gonna run it down, because this energy could have all of these in their chart, or you can have these in your chart. Judgment card is attached to Pluto, which is Scorpio's ruling planet. We have the World card, which is attached to Saturn, which is both Aquarius and Capricorn's ruling planet. We have Jupiter, which is one of Pisces' ruling planet, and Sagittarius ruling planet. In the Moon card, this Moon card is actually attached to Pisces, even though the Moon is attached as Cancer's ruling planet. We know that the Moon is not a planet. But again, for you all, your emotions are more intact. You're just like, hands off. I'm done. I'm really, really, really done. And so kudos to you. And so watch how quickly this financial independence comes into play, because that's a thing that was a big thing that you had to let go of, that you had to sail away, that you had to basically let fall. And so watch how now you making room for this. So somebody's been waiting on to hear back about some money. And so as we get closer and closer to this new moon, and the fact that you're not going backwards, you're not even going back with your emotions. Even if you think about it, you're like, nope, let me intentionally sever ties with it, and so that I can move on. That's when you're going to start seeing the release of money come your way. Because somebody was still emotionally attached to it, and that full moon brought everything forward. So that's what I love about the full moon, because the full moon gives you, it's like it's shining a spotlight. Let's say, for instance, and I have to give you this analogy because you all are earth signs. Now that I know that you all understand because you're very smart. But let's say you know how parents tell their kids to clean up the house, and the kids like, oh yeah, I did clean up the house. Kids are so funny. Woo! And parents come home and they shine spotlight on stuff, and they're like, you missed this corner over here. And the child is like, well, I did clean it up. But well, that's what the full moon does. And I have to add like little funny analogies just to help people understand. Look, that's what the full moon does. Full moon doesn't let you miss a crack, crevice, a baseboard, nothing in your spiritual house, in your body. It wants you to see everything, so you get an opportunity to take action, tap into that divine masculine side of yourself, and let that thing go. Sweep, remove all that negative energy, which I will be teaching on how to remove negative energy from your house, your spiritual house as well as your physical house. And sweeping is one thing, one way of doing it. So that's where you're sweeping around your own front door and in your own spiritual house. You're sweeping all that negative energy out so that you can move on. And of course, people around you are going to feel uncomfortable. But again, don't let pride get in your way. Was it a Leo? That's why I like to shuffle the cards in front of you all. Was it a Leo? Somebody had a Leo that they had to just let fall. Or somebody may have had Leo in their chart. Somebody may have had Leo in their chart. So again, this person could have all of these signs in their birth chart. But yeah, emotionally you sailed away from it. See, what's interesting here is that, okay, when we talk about emotions, because remember in the last reading, Virgo, we saw the Scorpio card. So the Scorpio is like depth of emotions, because the Scorpio being a water sign, they're a fixed sign, and they go to the dark, deep end of the pool, right? Deep end of the water. Pisces, on the other side of that, is a mutable sign like you all are. So they're more like on the shallow end of the pool. Now, we're not calling Pisces shallow at all, but I'm saying they're intuitive, but they adapt easier to situations, very much like you all adapt to situations easier. And so this is where you all are saying, I'm not even going to fight this anymore. I'm ascending higher. I'm just letting the chips fall where they may, right? You're connecting with your ancestors. The number 5, 1 + 4 is 5, right? You have decided to say, hey, this is a pivotal point in my, if I got to leave behind some family members, that's fine. I'll connect with my ancestors and get my answers that way. That's who I'm going to talk to, my ancestors. That is what I have for you, Virgos. I'll see you in a couple of days. Bye.